Lauren Rodick-Eberly is back with us this week. We often talk to Lauren about parenting, finding advice on how to deal with kids and a number of issues surrounding the family dynamic. So, Lauren, we really appreciate you chatting with us. Thanks for joining us again today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me back.
Well, today we're talking about some terms, I guess, that maybe get mixed up when people are talking about it. That's single parenting, co parenting, and solo parenting. So, can you talk a little bit by explaining the differences between those three terms?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think words are so important, and it's important for people that they feel seen in however they're being described or how they're describing themselves. So, as with anything, we might not all completely agree on these terms, but this is how I think of it. So I will start off by saying that I solo parent my kids about 75% of the time because of my husband's job. So because of that, a lot of people have said, "Oh, how's single parenting going?" or "How is it being a single parent?" And I always stop them and correct that just because I know so many single parents and I don't think that how I am having to parent is the same as that, because I don't want to say that their hardships are the same as mine. So I'll start with solo parenting then for that reason. So as a solo parent, I have a spouse who financially and emotionally we are working together, and I just have to parent majority of the time because he is gone traveling for work and that kind of thing. So that's what I deem solo parenting as. I am solo with my kids a lot of
Right.
the time. While single parenting, they do not have a spouse, or not the spouse that they have with their children that is helping them financially and emotionally. And they really are solo with their kids, but also, single. They're not getting that help and support. And then co-parenting, which I think people would often say single parenting and co-parenting and kind of put that together. But co-parenting is like there is another parent in the picture. Sometimes they have the kids, and hopefully they're helping from a financial standpoint too. So that's kind of how I generalize those three terms.
Now, you as a solo parent, as you said, sounds like a lot of the time, it's you and the kids. So, how do you manage this? Because obviously, a lot of people that have children, no matter what age, they have activities or commitments or appointments. So, how do you find is the best way to manage being a solo parent?
Yeah, big thing with being solo with them so much of the time is that I just make everything a really family oriented kind of concept. So we're doing everything as a family. And actually, who's amazing that just popped in my mind as I was saying that is Dr. Michaeline Duclaff. She wrote Hunt Gather Parent, and she's all about everything being family oriented, not child oriented. And that's kind of how we live our lives as much as possible, because that means that all our needs are getting met. So even if it's coming down to cooking, doing laundry, that kind of thing, we're really doing that as a family. And it just makes it easier time wise and energy wise, and all of that is being a team.
One thing you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, Lauren, was that the wording is so important when it comes to these different terms. Why do you feel that is important when you're speaking with somebody? As you said, you will correct them, but why is it important to make sure that when you are talking to someone is in this scenario, that you use the proper terms?
Yeah, and again, I think there's some people that might not mind at all, and then there's some people that it would be really important to. So I always want to err on the side of it is important to them. And so maybe even sometimes asking, "Oh, how would you like me to call that?" or just being open to correcting people if you find that it's important to you as well. So I think it's just important so that, yeah, again, they can feel seen and know that how they have to live their lives and the hard work that they're doing as a parent. Not that it's all not hard in every scenario, but that really like the sacrifices and all the work that they're putting in is seen and understood.
So, when it comes to resources for tips on any or all of these scenarios, it's really easy to get lost when you just put in a blank Google search and find all these different terms and websites. And so, is there a starting point, Lauren, where you would recommend for people to get information on any or all of these subjects?
Yes, so, actually, I think we had talked about this too, because I had sent out an Instagram ask for everyone about which resources they like for all these different things. And after I was thinking, I need to write a solo parenting book. So maybe that's one of my future things, but I do blog a lot about solo parenting. So people can check out my website, laurenrodickeberly.com. And I try and help as much with scheduling and different ways to do things family oriented to hopefully help with that. But I haven't really come across a lot of solo parenting books. But I know a lot of people said that Work Parent was a great book, and also Mindful Co-Parenting, Single Parenting That Works, and Parenting Apart. So those are 4 different books that kind of emphasize the different relationships that you might have and how to make things easier. And Work Parent kind of encompasses all of them because it's talking about how parenting from working hours can work for everyone in the family.
All right, Lauren. Well, insightful as always. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.